Yeah, so hi everyone. Thank you for joining another webinar, but we're here together again. Today I got a special guest here that will, guide the conversation with me, Olena Tarasuk. She's our customer support manager. We can tell that she's a superhero because she helps with any connectors that you may be interested in. It can be Jira connector, Azure DevOps, ServiceNow, or NetSuite. So I'm working on the front end, and she's working on the background to configure and implement your requests. So yeah, I don't know. Would you like to say some few words?
Hello, thank you for having me here. So, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Sure. Sure. So before we show anything to you guys, I want to frame this differently because this session is not about the connector. We will have many, simultaneous conversation regarding majority of clients, what exactly their use cases are, what are the biggest pain points, and how we solve them, right? Because it's about mostly the alignment. Support lives in Salesforce, engineering and dev teams are living in Jira. Both tools are very strong, but not when they are not connected. So the biggest topic here is the communication between them. So Olena, when companies are reaching out to us, what is usually happening internally?
I believe usually both teams think the other side isn't updated properly. Support says engineering didn't inform us. Engineering says we updated Jira. And technically, both are right. The system aren't fully aligned.
Yeah, exactly. But they both sides are thinking they are right in this situation.
Yeah,
So
technically
from a
they are
business,
right.
yeah, that's correct. So from the business perspective, this becomes actually not the users, I mean the agents either in Salesforce or Jira, not theirs, but leadership issue in my opinion. Because once the misalignment happens repeatedly, you start hearing that escalations are feeling slow. We didn't know that it was blocked. Why does the reporting not match the reality? It is not becoming kind of communication, but technical failure. So it's a visibility
Mhm.
failure, we can say. So let's talk about the impact before even we show the system, Olena. From your implementation side, what is the technical consequence of partial alignment between Salesforce and Jira?
I believe partial sync creates drift. One field updates here but not there. One comment get copied and another doesn't. We just experienced it many times. Manual steps introduce inconsistency, and over time, small inconsistencies become operational frictions.
Yeah, and from the business side, what does mean friction, Olena? What do you think? Let me answer. It's
Friction,
money.
it is yeah. It's about missing. It's about loss in money.
Yeah, because when you miscommunicate, when you don't track the actual records, you're losing money. So
Yep.
we will walk you step by step from the business side, right? From the money wise and from the technical side, how exactly the connector, not exactly picture connector. Here we are showing this one, but a connection between the systems, how it can value your workflow. So I will
Mhm.
show you use case first. Here you see on your screen. Anytime you can, write some comment here on LinkedIn, and we will answer that questions right away once you type it. So let's start with the escalation. Here, what we got as a scenario is high priority customer issue is reported in Salesforce Service Cloud, and they need engineering involvement in Jira. This is, the most common use case. You have a bug in Salesforce that you want to pass to your engineering team, and they need to respond. And while they're responding, you need to collaborate with them to solve the customer's pain point about your product
Mhm.
or your service. So we have flow here. Customer case is created in Salesforce. Then it creates the Jira ticket automatically, and We have also button in the background that helps us with the slides. Thank you. So we get bidirectional status synchronization, and after that, automatic resolution. So what we're gonna do, first of all, Odina, actually you can clarify, right, clearly, the models that we're gonna walk them through.
Sure. Escalation can be manual creation, automatical creation, one way, bidirectional. If we are talking about manual creation, it means that someone intentionally create Jira issue. Automatic means some predefined condition created instantly. One way means Salesforce create Jira issue, and bidirectional means that from Jira you can create Salesforce record as well. So it depends just on the governance design.
I mean, what you want, right? As a client, whatever you say, we will implement.
Yeah. Like it's totally depends on your needs.
Yeah. And this one is important because this is not about the forcing the automation. It's about choosing how
Mm-hmm.
much human dependency you want on your workflow. All right, let me share my
Yep.
screen here. Just a second. Can you see my screen? Olena, I would appreciate your input here.
Yep. I can see. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So right now we are in Service Cloud. That on the case object, I'm gonna create a case. As you see, the priority is high over here. We chose the type bug, and also we put some description with the product. So once I save here, it will create the case record along with the Jira ticket because we built the flow here. So give it the 10 seconds while I'm gonna show you this. So we have flows with the Apex actions that you don't need to code the flow, but it comes straight away with the managed package. And
Mm-hmm.
as you see, it's a very simple flow that you can either create the Jira ticket or the Salesforce record automatically. You don't need to code anything. Again, I'm telling this, mentioning. I know that you can be bored, but this is important for many clients. So if I refresh the page here, there we go. Our Jira ticket is created and passed all the information from Salesforce to Jira real time. So we got our description, we got our priority, and the rest details. I also want to mention something that maybe 95% of our clients are valuing this a lot. So let's say you have the case owner here, and when the ticket is either created automatically or manually, if you want to pass this case owner to the reporter, you can do it as well via flow without having any issues. So I'm on the Jira side. You're able to view any ticket details within Salesforce. Either you can create the ticket manually or search the existing one and link it. And here we can view more details with the comments, attachments. While in Jira side, if you want to see which objects and records under them are connected to this ticket, we created this Salesforce properties for you, so you easily can track which objects and records are connected to this specific ticket. And also, if you have the use case, you can use it or remove it. It's completely up to your requirements. You can link or create Salesforce records without having a Salesforce license right in Jira. All right. So in this
Yep.
configuration that we're gonna show you, the priority is high, type is bug, the Jira issues right now created automatically. We map the fields, structured the data, assigned correctly, so we do not have what delay. Because
Yep.
look, something I've noticed across many conversations, no one doubts that Jira tickets are eventually created. The biggest concern is delay. Olena, the question here to you, because you're on the more technical side, where
Mm-hmm.
have you seen manual escalation cause problems?
It usually happens during peak hours. Support teams are overloaded. Someone assumes that someone else escalated it. Even 15 minutes delay matters for P1 issues. Automation removes dependency on workload and standardized response time. Actually, it makes response time shorten.
Got you. And the question here, by the way, after each use case, I want to ask this question to Olena.
Yeah.
Technically, she can give you the insights. What if you wouldn't have the connection at the moment? So, Olena, if you wouldn't have the connection, let's go step by step from the first
Mm-hmm.
case. Creating the tickets manually and having the visibility in Salesforce, right in Salesforce. If you wouldn't have it, can you tell me how would you pass the information? I'm not talking about comments, attachments, or the rest, even the updates, but how would you pass the details as a Salesforce agent to your Jira team?
I believe that you should copy it from like one field to another, and actually, it would take a lot of time, because you should pay attention what information you need, where you should put it in, and save it as much as accurate as it's possible.
Why I'm asking this, Olena? Because as a support agent, imagine that you're receiving 20 to 30 tickets per
Mm-hmm.
day. And imagine that each time you're copying and pasting to either via email or you're finding that person,
Mm-hmm.
you're or Slack or Teams. So if you could give me an average kind of minute number, how many minutes would you spend for each ticket to be created in Jira?
Okay, I cannot tell you the accurate number, but I believe it would
Just an
take a
example.
lot of time. Just
Can we say
it
like
depends
five?
on the ticket, like 5-10 minutes actually. Probably the last two, let's say that I am an agent who works pretty fast. So
Hmm.
2 5 minutes just to check everything, make sure everything is correct. So at least 2 minutes you should spend on the ticket.
And imagine, as a human, we are able to make mistakes. And if you miss some
Yep.
details, which can be, goes you what? Money. So from the
Hmm.
escalation cost side, just from just creating the ticket and having the visibility. If we would quantify that, assume that 300 escalated cases per month that you need to collaborate with your Jira team. If manual coordinations at just 5 minutes per case, that's 25 hours per month. And most of the American and European companies, roughly $20,000 per year in coordination just overhead. And when you are looking at the cost, it's just a labor. And now we consider the risk. If one enterprise customer, let's say, worth $75,000, it can be more or less, depending on your service or business. So if it would be churns due to repeated escalation friction, because you don't solve their problems because you don't know, you do not communicate with your teams. At this, very well. So that alone outweighs alignment investment. Escalation inconsistency isn't a technical noise, or it would be very big revenue exposure.
Yep, and once escalation is automated and structured, leadership can actually measure time to escalation consistency, and that predictability changes executive confidence. So, actually, it makes your life much easier. Just to summarize.
Yeah, yeah, it's saving your time and money. And then look,
Mm-hmm.
guys, I'm not talking about peak literature connector. I'm talking about the connection itself. It can be more scalable, it can be basic, but it saves time and money. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the first use case. I'm telling you again, everybody, if you have a question or even if you have a comment, it can be bad or good. Please let us know via the comments, and we will respond to that. So let's come to second use case that we have about status integrity and the calibration. If we talk about the status, because escalation is step is just one, status alignment is ongoing. All that I can explain right now, the update synchronization options.
Kinda, we can update Jira status directly from Salesforce and also update Salesforce statuses directly from Jira. So even you don't need to come back to previous app just to change the status. Is actually done automatically, and it's pretty easy. Just you can it can be also done by the flow, but it wouldn't take a lot of your time and save a lot of your time again when you talking about statuses and checking the status of the Jira issue or Salesforce um,
And
uh,
it's
uh,
just not about
case status, for
status, right?
example.
Sorry, by
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
because of the connection, sometimes I may lose the time, and it seems like I
Hmm.
interrupted. Sorry for that. Uh,
It's okay.
what I ask, it is not just about the status; it's about any fields, right? We are talking about here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just, but it's the same, you know. Like we can update Jira field directly from Salesforce and like vice versa. It's not
Hmm.
just about statuses. It can be priority or some other fields that you can choose for your use case.
Exactly. So here we can say that, guys, it depends on you. Whatever you want to change, either custom or standard fields, we can update them either one way or bi-directionally.
Hmm.
What do you say if I show it? Let me share
Of
my
course.
screen here. Just a second. Yeah, can you see? Can you confirm that you see my screen, Olena?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see your screen.
Okay, beautiful. So, a quick update to you. Whatever you're gonna update within the component here, we don't have it at the moment, but you can add on the component edit button, and you can edit the fields right in Salesforce on the component if you don't want to do it automatically, or if you
Mm-hmm.
change here. Let's say you want to change the assignee from unassigned to Berkeley. Once you go here and refresh the component, you see I got the assignee here. So whatever you're gonna update in Jira manually, it will be updated on the component. And this is kind of displaying all the information. But if you want to update the details part, either on the case or any other object, by the way, it works with customer standard, all of them. We are building this kind of flow. So we got over here update opportunity when Jira issue is updated. You can build again for any kind of object. So we build this, and after that, let me show it to you. So I will mark the Jira issue status as blocked, and if I go to Salesforce, it reflects the status to blocked as well. But it may take, I wanted to say 10 seconds, but it was very fast. So as you see here, it is blocked. Now, if we imagine, the opposite scenario here, Jira says it is blocked. That's correct. But Salesforce says in progress. Imagine that you don't use a connection. Support informs the customers incorrectly. That's a big credibility damage. And Olena, what happens
Yep.
culturally when status is misaligned?
Like the company can lose money, of course, and it's miscommunication again between teams because if engineering team in teams working on the issue, Salesforce team isn't aware about that. That's why kind of it's a huge miscommunication with them. That's why actually it can be solved with the uh, updating statuses in the correct way.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. And it works the same way as comments, attachments, and we can also, put here the update as well. So I want to show you the collaboration as well. What I'm gonna show here, we get the comments. So if you want to make the comment in Salesforce and you want to push it to say Jira site, you can filter it which comment, it can be internal or external comments that you want to push, and which comment you want to keep it in Salesforce. It works the same way as in Jira. You can use internal or external notes, and you will push the one that you need. And it works with the chatter if you don't want to use the component. So right now what I'm showing is just our component. But you can also use the case comments or chatter. It depends on your requirements. That's why we call our connector very scalable. So as an example, what I'm gonna do here, testing from Salesforce, I'm making a comment, and also what I'm gonna do, I will also mention a user, myself specifically, and on top of it, I will show you the attachment as well. I just took a screenshot while showing you this webinar. Let's say done, and if you go here, just a second. If I refresh the page, as you see, I got my attachment over here, and I
Mm-hmm.
get my comment. Mostly we highlight that the comment is made from Salesforce. We don't have the same for Jira because one will be enough. But if you don't want it, you can remove it. Right, Olena? We have this option to
Yeah,
remove
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure.
And any person that you mention can receive a notification. What I'm gonna show from Jira side, also a comment testing from Jira, and this time I will do Olena from Salesforce. Okay, and let me take a one quick screenshot. Add here. Beautiful, I got it. All I need, refresh the component. See, you see, right? Person from Jira.
Yep.
I got Olena's profile here, and if I go here, we get the second attachment as well. So updating is actually the kind of same. I wanna ask Olena here, as a person who works in the back end for the
Mm-hmm.
technical, purposes. Olena, imagine that we have no way of passing any comment, attachment, or update between the platforms. And you receive so far, let's say 200 tickets. Or let's forget about 200, let's say 50 tickets. Let's go very
Mm-hmm.
simple. And imagine that you need to update one of our developer, either Vitaly or Viladislav or Igor, about some ticket that you received 15 days ago. How many minutes you would spend to send that update, comment, or attachment, and how would you do it?
I believe I would spend a lot of my time. Why? Because I need to find this ticket particular that was created some days ago, find some comments that was made. So probably it would take like the time measure can be different, but I believe it can take till 30 minutes till 1 hour, because if we are talking about all 50 tickets, you should have some, I don't know, kind of track app where still you should track your ticket that you received 1 month ago, 1 week ago, and that you have received just today. So actually, it would take again a lot of my time.
Yeah, and instead of doing your own job, you would just try to solve this communication issue, right?
Yeah. Yep.
In
Yep.
your
You're
work
totally
shift.
right.
So
Yep.
anybody who is watching this webinar right now can understand that when you don't have the connection between the platforms, by the way, it's not just about Salesforce or Jira. It can be about any platform that you need to communicate between your teams. You're just losing your time, and it costs you money. So
Mm-hmm.
what I realized, over time, companies don't lose tickets; they lose the context. Half the story lives in one system, half another. That's where, in my opinion, inefficiency hides. Uh, right now, I will walk you through about the collaboration cost here. So, if we quantify this one about the comments, updates, and attachments, if engineers just lose 3 minutes, look, not so much. It's just 3 minutes, right? Per ticket check in another system. Let's say across 1,000 tickets per month. I told so much, so you can divide it to two or three, depends on your ticketing system. But let's say that's 50 hours, one full engineering week every month, and that's roughly $60,000 per year. And now, if you add there one more, weekly cross teams meeting, that's another $30,000 per year. So when you're switching the context, it's becoming very expensive, and synchronization reduces that operational text. Sorry, text.
Yeah, I believe that most teams don't calculate this because it feels small actually at the first sight. But
Hmm.
small repeated 1,000 times becomes significant, and at the end you receive a huge number.
Hmm. That's correct. And well, in my opinion, just to even let's say about one of our client, you want to talk to Vitaly about the status. If
Mm-hmm.
you send it email or Slack, it takes just too much time because Vitaly can work on other things. And if you, let's say he didn't see your message, You're waiting until
Mm-hmm.
even just until Vitaly answers you. By the way, guys, we're talking about the developers and Salesforce admins conversation, not the big one even. Yeah. So let's move to our third use case. One of the most important thing that makes this connector very valuable. It's about reporting and executive control. So as you see, the business problem here is that support leaders and executives are accountable for SLAs and customer satisfaction, but the critical data lives in Jira. So when we move to reporting, this is where exactly alignment becomes more strategic. I will share my screen again. Just a second. Can you let me know, Elena, if you can see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, I can see.
So now what we see here, by the way, you can create this kind of reporting with any object, by the way. Again, any object, custom or standard. It's not just cases, it can be anything.
Yep.
What we see here is that cases linked to active Jira issues, cases blocked by engineering, combined resolution time, product bottlenecks. Jira fields are synced into Salesforce. It can be status resolution that assign a priority. But look, the thing is here, we can pull any field. It can be customer standard from Jira into Salesforce to build this report. And right now we are implementing the same kind of reporting for Salesforce records in Jira. Hopefully, in the end of this month, we will introduce it to all of our clients. So, Olena, when companies foresee this kind of unified reporting, what exactly changes for them?
They, first of all, they realized they don't need reconciliation meetings to understand engineering impact, so they save their time. Leadership sees patterns early, so it's a way to predict some behavior ahead, and they can adjust priorities proactively. So,
Yeah,
like,
from the reporting cost, look, when the reporting is fragmented, reaction is delayed, and if 20% of the escalations are blocked, uh, that's a big issue because leadership doesn't see it for weeks and they react late. So even a few, missed SLAs credits per quarter can cost 30 to 50K annually. And uncertainty is really expensive. So yeah, we came to the end of the use cases currently. Let me close with this. Today wasn't about connecting the two systems. It was about aligning two teams. But I want to ask Olena one question here. So Olena, when
okay.
you look at all these use cases that we just demonstrated, what do you think if you would prioritize them? Which one is the biggest actually pain point, but we can also say use case for majority of our clients?
Um, I believe it's to connect two teams, kind of that they to show them that they can be on the same page. I mean about comments and attachment because it's important. Actually, it's probably the most significant one. And
Hmm.
also, I would like to mention updating information correctly and in real time from both sides. Kind of when information is updated in Jira, it should be updated in Salesforce, vice versa, because it's important again for both team. So actually, it. mm improves their communication between the teams, and I believe it has significant impact on their work in general, on their productivity, and so on.
Well, you just summarized everything we just demonstrated here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Olena. So, Bohtana, we would ask you, to bring the QR codes that people are looking for to book a demo on Calendly or visit our website. So, here on the visit our website, you can go there and check all the documentation, blogs that we write some kind of content there regarding how we would help your workflow. On the other link here for the Calendly one, that you can book for any time, any slot that is available for you, and I will walk you through a tailored demo for any connector that we have. It cannot be just Jira connector. It should be also Azure DevOps, ServiceNow, or NetSuite. So thank you so much for coming, Olena, and in the background, Bohtana. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm appreciated having you here.
Thank you.
So I wish everybody a beautiful day. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you.
See you.